All right, folks, good morning. This is not a scheduled show. This is just a special pop-up, if you will. As you know by now, I'm sure it's going to turn into a meme at some point. There's a picture of me crying last night. They're happy tears. I want to give you a little background. Back in 2012, June 1st, 2012, I picked up my daughter from school on a Friday night. We headed to Arby's because that's where she wanted dinner. In the middle of dinner, I got an alert on my phone that said the Mets had a no-hitter. So we were actually having dinner about 40 minutes from home. We were having dinner in Port Washington. We lived in Greenfield at the time. We got home, and the rest is history. We saw the last 9 outs of Johan Santana's no-hitter. That was almost 10 years ago. Coincidentally, last night, a Friday night, I'm at a restaurant. I'm at Milwaukee Ale House here in Grafton, enjoying one of the best chicken sandwiches I've ever had. It's called the Nashville Hottie. It was Nashville hot chicken with jardiniere, good fries, fantastic. And then I got an alert that said the Mets had a no-hitter through 5, I think it was. Or what it was actually was someone texted me and said, can you believe they pulled McGill after 5 of a no-hitter? So I'm like, oh, okay, but this is still pretty cool. Went home. Now, this is where you're gonna shame me here because I promised I would not spend a dime on MLB. Coincidentally, on my way home, I got an email from MLB. They were offering me the MLB.TV package for $70 off. I think it's 50% off or whatever, and then the option to add every minor league game for like $10. So I bought it because I wanted to see the end of the game, and sure enough, the Mets threw their second no-hitter in 61 seasons last night. Although a combined no-hitter, a lot of people are shitting on it, saying, "Oh, it's a combined no-hitter." It's a team thing. A combined no-hitter is. Might not be as memorable as a pitcher going 9, but I don't care how many pitchers you have, 1, 5, 11. You hold a major league team to no hits over 9 innings, that's an accomplishment. Brought me to tears. And it actually inspired one of you to write a poem about it. And he sent it to me last night. His name is Barry Federovitch. And Barry, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. But Barry wrote a poem, sent it to me. I asked his permission to recite it today. So we're going to do that to kick off our Saturday. So here we go. This is about last night's no-hitter. On Flushing Bay in the April eve's chill, 5 Mets pitchers, led by Tyler McGill, took a page out of Johan's design, tossing a no-hitter, albeit combined. 32,416 shivered and howled through this unlikely dream. In a match that began as a showdown of rivals and concluded in crescendo of history's arrival. Nola went for Philly scoreless into 6 until Squirrel plated 2 with his batting tricks. Pete added insurance with his 4th tater, Miguel having left because he couldn't go later. The angry skeptic snarled, only 88 pitches? But intrepid Buck turned to his bullpen of riches. Drew Smith was sharp, Joely precise. Lugo came on to add to Philly's strife. A diving Nimmo catch back in the 3rd had been Philly's only challenging word. In the 9th, the matador, Edwin Diaz, hitched up his belt like Cassiopeia. I got to Google that one. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. Harper, Castellanos, Remulto, etc. succumbed to his slider and the historic call. No woulda, shoulda, coulda, according to Rose, a dozen Mets strikeouts assured their woes. And though imperfect these long 10 years later, unlike Santana's, this was a no-debater. A handful of walks and 159 pitches, but the bewildered Phils only left in stitches. When Realmuto flailed, the unlikely was done. They stormed Joyous Diaz, celebrations were sung. Champagne and leaping, interviews all around, as cities cacophony became a euphoric sound. For a writer, I'm not that well versed. And as the happy masses shuttled on home, they sang their midnight praises of mighty Steve Cohen, the culture of this evening, the turning of their fate, the owner they so long for, and after a year's wait. And while April is a joker in the grand summer scheme, their if is now when in pursuit of their dreams. But tonight, without hyperbole, they hinted their best and dreamed of sweet sequels, yelling, "Let's go Mets." All right, I love it. Barry, if you're watching this or if you see this, I hope I did it some justice. I invite you at any time, if you want to come on and recite this. I'm sure you can do it way better than I did. But thank you for sharing that with me. That was a neat surprise last night. I got this at well after midnight, and excited to share that with all the Mets fans today. So everyone have a great weekend. We've got a full slate of Utopian action today. NBC doubleheader, the Mets actually versus the Nationals is our early game. Twins at Reds with Vin Scully and Joe Garagiola later. TBS main event with Brian Anderson and Ron Darling. We've got the A's and Angels. And then tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., Phillies and Blue Jays, Sunday morning baseball. You can catch every out of that here at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So everyone have a great Saturday. Barry, again, thanks for the poem. And we'll see you tomorrow.